Welcome to StarsX. What if one smile could change the world? In an industry full of stars, one woman stood out, not with scandal or noise, but with grace, grit, and a laugh that made millions believe in magic. She didn't just act, she made us feel. This is the story of Julia Roberts, the woman who redefined stardom. Julia Fiona Roberts was born in 1967 in the small town of Smyrna, Georgia. She didn't grow up with dreams of stardom. At first, she wanted to be a veterinarian. But life had other plans. After moving to New York, she signed with a modeling agency and started auditioning. One day, she walked into a casting room with nothing but raw talent and that unmistakable glow. It was for a small role, but when she smiled, the casting director paused. It wasn't just charm, it was magic. That audition landed her a part in Mystic Pizza, and when the film hit theaters in 1988, audiences knew a star had arrived. This wasn't luck. It was the beginning of a legacy. In Mystic Pizza, she played a fiery, lovable waitress, instantly grabbing attention with her natural charm. Then came Steel Magnolias in 1989. Julia portrayed Shelby, a young woman battling illness with grace and grit. It was a heartbreaking, powerful performance that earned her a Golden Globe and her very first Oscar nomination. She stood tall among legends like Sally Field and Shirley MacLaine, and held her own. And then came Vivian Ward. In 1990, Pretty Woman changed everything. Julia's portrayal of a street-smart sex worker with a heart of gold wasn't just iconic. She lit up the screen with Richard Gere, turning a modern Cinderella story into a global phenomenon. Suddenly, she wasn't just a rising star, she was Hollywood royalty. The 90s were her playground. My Best Friend's Wedding showed her vulnerability. Notting Hill gave us one of the most quoted lines in rom-com history. But Julia wasn't only about romance. In Erin Brockovich, she took on a real-life role and delivered a raw, fierce performance, one that won her the Academy Award for Best Actress. She became the first woman to earn $20 million for a film. Around 2004, after Closer and Mona Lisa Smile, she retreated from leading roles. It wasn't burnout, it was choice. Julia focused on family. She married cinematographer Daniel Moder in 2002, and soon after became a mother to twins. For her, motherhood became the leading role. Hollywood kept spinning. But she was building something quieter, deeper. Then in 2013, she returned with fire. In August, Osage County, Julia delivered one of the most raw, emotionally charged performances of her career. It earned her an Oscar nomination and reminded everyone, when Julia Roberts shows up, she owns the screen, every single time. In 2017's Wonder, she played the warm, fiercely loving mother of a boy with a facial difference. A quiet, heartfelt role that reminded audiences of her emotional range. Then came Homecoming in 2018, her first major venture into television. On Amazon Prime, she stunned critics with a tightly controlled, psychological performance in a story about memory, trauma, and truth. In Ben is Back, 2018, she portrayed a desperate mother fighting for her son's life against addiction, a raw and painful portrait of unconditional love. And in 2022, she reunited with George Clooney for Ticket to Paradise, proving her charm and comedic timing hadn't aged a day. Most recently in Leave the World Behind, 2023, a Netflix psychological thriller produced by the Obamas, Julia showed a darker, more nuanced side, grappling with paranoia, chaos, and survival. Today, Julia Roberts lives far from the chaos of Hollywood, in Malibu, California, with her husband of over 20 years, cinematographer Daniel Moder, and their three children. She remains deeply selective about her work, choosing roles that challenge her rather than chase headlines. She's not chasing fame, she's nurturing meaning. She doesn't need the spotlight to shine. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.